Welcome to another episode of Dox'n Reality, and I'm your host, Mr. Paradox. Now, we're going to take a look at some more shit that makes you say, what the fuck? Episode number 4. Without any further talking, let's go and get right into it. Over in the H-Town. Why the world hates niggas. This nigga just... Okay, when white folks just randomly just start, shooting niggas and whatnot, we're gonna have to assess the full situation to make sure no shit like this happened before, why he turned the corner, and then the cops just all of a sudden, we got to make sure no shit like this happened, because we can't be defending shit like this any longer. We can't. We are a community of fucking what's that word? Most of the community harbors fucking fugitives, motherfuckers that need to be put down. But we're defending them, and when they die, all of a sudden they become fucking saints in a Saint Martin Cathedral or some bullshit like that. Motherfuckers like this need to go. And no, this is not a racist comment. It's like, nigga, like, you just robbed a woman who probably just coming out of the house. You couldn't just like take your ass to work and figure out how to play the game. Like, no, you just got to go take somebody else's shit. But like, nah, fuck that old white bitch. She deserved to get robbed. I'm like, no. Like, anybody who's just minding their own fucking business, nobody deserves to get their shit taken. Nobody. I'm pretty sure this dumb motherfucker had his cell phone on him, so it wouldn't be too hard to ping the location, the make and model. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be too hard to trace that.
A neighbor captures video of a man as he fires a gun 3 times at kids playing basketball on Rockaway Street in Akron around 4:30 Sunday afternoon.
The car was coming down speeding.
Three times.
Oh, white guy shooting. Well, this is white on white crime. You don't see this too often.
At kids playing basketball on Rockaway Street in Akron around 4:30 Sunday afternoon.
And it's not like he was pointing that shit in the sky. He was pointing that shit right at him. Like, who the fuck was this?
Coming down speeding. It almost hit me, so he pushed me right out of the way.
11-year-old Alex Charlie and 15-year-old Marquise Smith.
That shit's funny how they're doing a damn poll like that. Like, hey, back niggas.
Were shooting hoops as they do nearly every day.
Of course, they show the black guy being dominant in sports like this the next LeBron James. Of course, they got to show that.
They say a car came speeding down the street and they yelled at the driver to slow down. The driver pulls over a few houses away and starts arguing with the children.
I say, hey, you don't say it to a little kid, he's little, you don't say that. Okay, you just get back in your car and leave, and next time slow down.
Marquise says he saw the driver grab something from his car and place it under his arm.
Trying to hide it from me and then put it on his arm, holding the gun. And then I started walking away, thinking that it's time for me to hide from the gun until he started shooting.
The kids say they were running for their lives because they believed the gunman was trying to do more than just scare them.
Literally aiming it at me, like trying to kill me, but he missed the shots.
I just ducked behind the vehicle and I tried to get around to see his license plate before he took off, but It was too far away for me to even see it.
Akron police say they are looking for a white Pontiac G6 with tinted windows and a temporary tag.
So because a child asks you to slow down, that gave you cause to get out and shoot at the kids. That doesn't make any sense to me.
See, you can't even make this a racial story right here because there was both white and black kids out there, so they can go away with the racism shit on this one.
When do we come together and say this is not going to be tolerated anymore and we need to put a stop to it? Because
see, motherfuckers like this need to be put away of all races.
we could have lost our son yesterday.
I just believe he needs to be locked up for good until he learns his lesson.
Kevin Freeman, News Nation, Akron.
Shit, the white kid was like a lot nicer than niggas would have been. They would have chased his ass down with the choppers and yeah, you couldn't do this in no ghetto. I'll tell you that. Niggas would have blew out his tires and been chopped this nigga up while in the driver's seat. But we've seen videos like that before.
We have a religious exemption, but we just don't want to wear a mask.
You're required to wear a mask to enter a restaurant.
Pardon me?
You're required to have a mask.
Nah, not really. It's just a policy. It's not really a law. They can't make you do anything you don't really want to do. Just because everybody else is doing something does not mean you have to do it. Just keep that in mind.
So, it's under the Civil Rights Act of 1964 that we have an exemption, religious exemption.
I quit. I fucking quit.
And this bitch was ready to quit long before that. She wasn't making that many tips. I can tell you that. Like, people generally tip when a bitch looks good. Let's just be real. This bitch was ready to quit long before then. She just used that as an excuse. She couldn't even really be honest with herself.
What is wrong with you people?
Ma'am, we're not
Roger,
sick.
I'm not working for this shit anymore. These guys won't put their mask on. I'm sick of feeling like this.
Your fucking mask is off right now, you lying cunt.
Wait, stop.
Why are you discriminating against us, ma'am?
I'm not discriminating against you.
Yes, you are.
Roger, I can't do this.
And then, like, this bitch had a whole mask on while she was, like, talking all that good shit. And then she walked back in there and put the mask back on. I'm like, bitch, you a fucking hypocrite to the nth degree right now. Like, this bitch is mad about something else.
Stop! I'm sorry, you can't come in without a mask. The governor has said no mask, no service.
Since when the fuck does the governor run a business? Oh, wait. The states are technically a corporation. But they're not gonna tell you that. You gotta look this shit up. They're not gonna teach you this in school.
Sir, the Civil Rights Act says we can claim a religious exemption for not wearing a mask. We're not sick.
No, not here.
Okay, and then you lost our business.
Okay.
We'll go somewhere else.
Okay, when a lot of these big ass corporations like started losing a whole bunch of dollars, the manager's gonna be like, bro, what the fuck you doing? You do know that was some bullshit, right? They're not gonna tell them that. They're like, bro, like, you can't keep turning people away from like fucking masks and shit.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
He's
Well,
filming also, by the way.
See what?
He's filming this. Is this some kind of like fun act for these people?
The manager is probably fucking that bitch. That's probably why he came out there like that. Yeah, that nigga came out there and have no goddamn spine whatsoever to stand on his own. But the most important thing here is people are really starting to lose their mind behind because people won't fall in line with what everybody else is doing. They don't like that because they're over there bowing the fuck down and going along with the lie that you have to wear a mask in order to be safe, even though the masks have been proven to be ineffective, and it even says on the goddamn box that it's not really effective. It may prevent one particle from getting in, even though they have all this information right there. They still don't use their minds. They just want somebody else to, take care of, assuage all their fears and all this other bullshit. People are scared of people who aren't scared like them. So if you're wearing a mask, or if you're walking around not wearing it, feel empowered, nigga. Don't like you gotta watch out for motherfuckers like this. When shit pops off, they'll be the main ones that like to sell your ass out.
Don't believe everything the media tells you, okay?
Yeah, fuck yourself.
You want?
Oh, go fuck yourself. Yeah, this bitch is clearly a leftist, probably a feminist on the low.
Clean your language up, ma'am.
Very entitled.
Tienen miedo por este virus, por este COVID, y justamente hemos decidido hacer eso, porque hay personas que están con miedo de que no tener el cuerpeo, como lo decimos así, ¿no? ya hemos implementado esa cabina que la persona solamente
You ain't even gotta look at the bitch no more. Only thing you really need is just just a few pumps and go. You don't even have to do all this other extra shit though, bro. You just get literally what you want. Just stick and dip.
a través de una cabina. La mujer pone y el hombre ingresa, nada más. Y justamente también hemos venido a abrir a los 7 meses. El cliente viene ingresando.
But then again, this makes no goddamn sense. If you're still exchanging bodily fluids, wouldn't that be a way to transmit the fucking virus if it was real though? That makes no fucking sense. You're protected from corona, but not this this nut and all that. Well, like what sense does this make? None of this shit makes any sense when you really think about it. Glass, you're protected from everything else, but you're over there exchanging sweat and all that shit that's gonna rub off on her skin and all that. So either way, you can still catch the shit. You see how the what they're saying breaks down easily when you just sit there and just really debate the shit.
Para tener sexo en cabina.
I mean, you can still catch AIDS, you can still spread STDs, which are way fucking worse than the corona, but nobody's thinking about that. And you know these motherfuckers are not using condoms. You know they're not.
Tener el contacto directo con la chica. Viene el cliente, ya la chica está de espalda ubicada.
I got AIDS. Hey, but at least I ain't got corona. Like, this has got to be the biggest troll I've ever seen. This nigga paid a profession. This is a professional troller right here. That's what this has to be. Couples need to talk less and connect more. This nigga married a sex doll to prove a point. I don't believe this nigga really married this doll. This is a professional troll job right here. We got to salute this nigga's ingenuity. Bruh, niggas would rather marry sex dolls than to deal with all these Americanized bitches. It's funny. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, bruh. This is hilarious. Yeah, but that's all the time we have for this session. So make sure you tune in for more episodes of Dox'n Reality. I'm your host, Mr. Paradox, over and out.